Hi, welcome back to my channel. If you haven't been here before, my name is Terry. I live right outside of Portland, Oregon. I am a full-time eBay seller. Today's video is going to show you some of the things I've sold in the past week. Just some of the things that I think you may be able to find while you are outsourcing. So my first item is a little car. It's called Stompers. I first heard about these probably a few years ago, and I've had my eyes open for these ever since. I was in Goodwill about a year ago, and I saw a bag full of cars and started looking through them. I purchased the whole bag. I think it was about $5 or $6, and this was in there. It took me an entire year to list this. I don't know why. It's working and everything, so the only thing is missing. It's supposed to have a surfboard on top, but this is what I think typically most of them look like. Is you'll see that stomper on the window or in the front of the bumper. So look out for these, because some of these can go for thousands of dollars, at least hundreds. This wasn't a super desirable one. I have about $5 into this one, and I put it on auction because I didn't know exactly where it was going to go in the price. It ended up getting bid up to $68. So keep your eyes open for these little stompers. The lights actually do go on in the front. But even if you find one that is not working, someone will buy it for parts. I sold this Bible. It is the Living Bible. I have been picking up lots of books, as you know. So I paid $2 for this, and this one sold for $15. One of my favorite things to pick up and sell are Barbies. So this is a hula Barbie, and the box I put in the description that it was in really poor condition, but the contents are perfect. So I ended up paying $10 for this, and it sold for $50. This is another Barbie that I purchased at that same sale, and this one was $10, and it sold for $47. This box is in way better condition, but unfortunately some of the little tiny rubber bands they use, they just come brittle, and so she did have something in her hand and it is now on the floor. So there's a couple things that came loose, but still this box has never been opened. And here is another Barbie. I got this at a different sale. I did an average price on all the Barbies I picked up. This one is a Harley Davidson. I did mark it as used just because it has like a little bit of decaying on his little leather chaps there. I paid $5.50 for this, and it sold for $55. It's really, really cool. So don't only look for 60s and 70s Barbies, 80s and 90s do really well too. I love to pick up the great courses. This is 2 DVDs and a book, and I paid 50 cents a piece, so I have $1.50 into this, and they sold for $10. I can't tell you how many I've picked up and sold, and some of them sell for a pretty good price. So when I see them, I just pick them all up if they're a really good price. Some of them could sell for $50 to $100, and some of them will sell for $10. It's always worth it to me though. I picked up 2 of these. They were 2 different dolls, but they had the doll and the book. And so I picked them up at a garage sale last summer. I paid $5 each, and this one sold for $35. I haven't sold the other one yet, but they are very, very cute. It's a little miniature American Girl doll. Here is another Fitz and Floyd going out the door. As you know, I love picking them up. I got this in an estate sale when they were having, I think, 70% off on these. It was actually the same sale that I got all of those vintage Hallmark from. If you haven't seen that video, check it out. It was incredible. So this is one of the pieces. There's also salt and pepper and a creamer. It was missing the little sugar dish. So I picked it up for $10.50, and it sold for $90. Look how incredibly adorable Fitz and Floyd things are. I just love them. So from my hobby shop buyout, I bought a bunch of paint, the Tester paint. If you see Tester paint, little model paint jars, pick them up, because they don't make them anymore and people want them. So I sold them in huge lots, but then I also had a lot of the same color. So I would just lot them together in bottles of 2 and then do a quantity. So this person bought all of this color. It is Israel Armor Sand Gray color. And so some of them came in boxes and some of them did not. They're so much easier to ship in these boxes. So if you see these out and about, pick them up. Probably have between $10 and $12 into these 12 bottles that he bought. And he paid $59.82 for these. Here is another book that I got listed. It's been in my inventory probably for a couple of months. I just got it listed a couple weeks ago. I paid $2 for it and it sold for $68. This one is Walter Savage Landor, Imaginary Conversations. I picked up 6 or 7 of these. They are the world of Beatrix Potter and they're little figures. They are really, really cute. I'll show you what they look like. I only have 2 more left. So this is either the 4th or 5th one that I've sold. And so this particular one, look at how cute. She's on a stack of books. So I picked each one up for $2 and this one sold for $17.47. So I picked up these Adidas last summer at a garage sale. The person that was selling a whole bunch of Adidas worked for the company. We have 2 of the best companies here in Portland area. That is Nike and Adidas. So anyway, they are brand new. She was selling each pair for $20. I think I picked up 3 pairs. I've sold them all but this pair right here. This pair sold for $99.99. And it's automatically going to eBay's authenticity program, which I thought was shoes that were $100 or more. I wonder if they consider $99.99 $100. Let me know in the comments. I didn't get a chance to look that up. So let me know what the price range is where they actually send it off to that program. Or do they send them all off? I don't know. So I was at a sale not too long ago where everything was just really overpriced, except for these items that were in this small little tiny room way upstairs in the attic. They had a bunch of vintage, new in box electronic things. I have already sold 2 or 3 things from it. And this is one of them. It's never been open. This is a CD-ROM for your PC. And so I can't tell you how many times my kids played this when they were growing up. We had this exact one. So I picked it up for $5. They had all of their new old stock electronic things like this for $5. I think one that I sold recently was Adobe Photoshop. And I think I sold it for $100. So this one also sold for $100. So keep your eyes open for old games like this. So everything else has been shipped out. So I'm just going to show you a few more things. This set of 2 that somebody purchased, I had them listed for $24.99 each. And somebody bought 2 of them for $50. I paid $4 a box for these. And they have been selling really well. I've probably had these listed for about a year. And they are almost gone. Here is another book, Leaves of Grass, that I paid $2 for. I had it listed for less than a week and it already sold for $25. I sold another one of these big little books for $17. I paid $4 each. Some of them are selling for $17 and some of them are selling for $30 or $40. This is how tiny they are. And I think they're from the 30s and 40s. So they could be valuable. Mine are in very poor condition, so they're not selling that great, but I have still made my money back and I'm in the profit. Here is another book I sold. It sold also very quickly. I paid $3 for it. It is the King James Version Bible. And it sold for $50. So I was visiting my mom last summer in Southern Oregon, which is about a 4-hour drive from me. And of course I went to Goodwill over there and I picked up this jacket. They had just rolled the cart out, and so it was brand new on the floor, and I grabbed it right away. And I am not a clothing person, but the fact that I spotted this and it looked very 80s and 90s, I was very proud of myself. So it was $14.99, plus I got the senior discount because over in Medford, Oregon, they do senior discount every single day. So I got 10% off of $14.99. I sold this for $150, so that was pretty exciting. Here's another book. It's a Navy Ordnance book. This one was $2. We put it on auction because I wasn't quite sure how much it was going to sell for because we couldn't find another comp on it, but it ended up just having 2 bids on it for $36. And in one of my other videos, you saw that I had picked up a whole bunch of Snoopy, Belle, and Woodstock clothing. I paid $400 for about 100 pieces. So I am starting to get those listed and selling them. I think this is the 3rd lot that I've sold. This is 3 pieces that I sold. I have $18 into these 3 pieces, and they sold for $75. This Lion Story book set is a book set of children's Bible stories. I paid $25. I only had it listed for less than a week. I think I had it listed for $199. Somebody reached out and asked if they could have it for $120, that they had just purchased another set like this for that same price, and they were trying to buy it for their grandkids. And so I sold it to them for $120 and left them a little note inside saying that I hope their grandchildren really enjoy this set. So my last item are these shoes, these vintage shoes. I was at a sale about a year or so ago, and I think I purchased about 5 or 6 pairs of these. I think I have 1 pair left. I paid $12.50 for each one, and this one sold for $90. So keep your eyes open for these because they do sell. People are looking for these. Salvatore Ferragamo, I'm probably saying that all wrong, but this size was super, super small, and it was extra narrow, and they still sold for $90. So that is it for some of my sales in the past week. I hope you can find some of these things or similar to them while you are outsourcing. Thank you for watching. If you like this, hit the thumbs up. If you want to be notified on my next video, hit that bell and please subscribe, and I will see you on the next video.